I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same, I'd give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same. Had this conversation more than 10 times. After 9, I still wish you were mine. Haven't ate in 7 days, 'cause I've been up till 6 a.m. Wrote 5 songs all just for you. 3 of them I can't bear listening to. I'd give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same. I'd give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same. I'd do anything you want me to. 'Cause I love you.
I build you up, you break me down, tear everything apart. I give you all I can, but then you go and break my heart. But this ain't true love, boo. But this ain't true love, this ain't
Alright, g'day ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, and welcome back to the World Adventure here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. In our Trinidad TB21GT, and that doesn't stand for Gran Turismo, unfortunately. For me anyway, because that's a game I'd like to be able to play. Music is a touch loud. Righto, thank you very much, Garwin. I will sort that out. Whoop, that's way too much of a sorting it out. That should be better down there. Right, so we're off to Pensacola, so home of the Blue Angels, and we're going to be heading out of Jacksonville here. Obviously, I 100% recommend going into Pensacola, you know, Blue Angels style, or in Garwin's case, Thunderbird style works as well. But before we go any further in the stream, obviously I'd like to make a massive shout out to the Patreons who continue to support this channel behind the scenes, day in, day out. It's very, very helpful to the behind the scenes things within the channel is what I'm trying to put together. I've only had one coffee so far, so English is still a struggle. I should probably try another language like I can't even think of another language to try. That's how good the brain's working right now. Cool. Okay. Vruden says he's going to miss this flight because he has better things to do. Vruden, I find that incredibly hard to believe. What could possibly be better to do than to fly from Jacksonville to Pensacola? I mean, you know, like, stretching the imagination there, mate. It's yeah. English works. Yeah, I'll probably go with that one, Brett. I'll probably go with that one. Yeah, that's exactly right, Garland. Nothing is better than this. I feel like Vruden's hiding something from us. You know, maybe a alter ego, or a secondary personality, or a completely identical twin, something like that. You know, it's it wouldn't surprise me. He's a bit shifty sometimes, that Vruden guy, you know. So I just realised that I haven't entered my Fly Life studio, so I'll do that, and then, because otherwise I'll forget, and then I will obviously individually thank the various. That was weird. Thank the various Patreons individually is what I'm trying to say. Multitasking is definitely not the strong point right now. G'day Blue Dog, mate. How you going? Welcome to the stream. Garwin says he smoked a big fatty and can't find his joystick. Yes, that's exactly right. Sounds like sounds like Vruden. Alright, so yeah, as I was saying before, huge shout out to the Patreons. Those people are Big Jacko's Gaming, who I hope is doing well with his health at the moment. Letter Rapier 709, otherwise known as Wes. Garwin Grim, Josh Manchester, Tony Barrow, Calling Pigeon, Blackadder, and Drew Demarinis are the current awesome legends who are a part of the Patreon. So, Garwin, in case you hadn't already worked it out, we're going to have to come up with a slightly different time for your Patreon-only stream, because after I said what I said yesterday, realised that I'd already scheduled a stream for today, and then did the calculations in relation to time zones and all that, and basically we're not going to be able to really get anything happening with the fact that I have an early start at work tomorrow morning. So we'll come up with something for later this week. Right, now, who has joined us here, who's not a, well, I don't know. Anyway, let's see who's joined us here before I go off on another fucking weird-ass tangent. So we do have Garwin here with us. We also have Mr. GC Bounds. Good day to the both of you. Lizard Man is here, as is Brett Plays, as is Blue Dog. Good day to the three of you absolute legends. Hope you are all doing very, very well. If my mouse actually works, I'll be, okay. Well, no, my mouse has decided just, it's given up the ghost, so I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. There we go. We have Calling Pigeon with us as well this morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is for you. And Michael Lister is here as well. Joined in the streams yesterday, and he's back already for some more. You're a sucker for punishment, mate, and I like it. Mainly ear-related punishment, because half of the shit comes out of my mouth. It's just like, what the fuck? What the hell? Yeah, okay, that makes me do weird noises. Cool, there you go. You learn something new every day. Alright, back on track. Fozzie is here. He's playing Microsoft Headache Simulator. Yeah, you know. Basically. Steve is here as well. Okay, Steve, how you going, mate? And, well, Vruden's not here, so he doesn't get a hello, even though he popped in. And we made a big deal about chatting about him for a good 5 minutes. Now we just pretend that he's not here, because that seems legitimate. Alright, so let's get rid of that yolk. Crack an egg. Well, don't actually crack an egg. It'll be a bit messy to clean up in the cockpit to crack an egg in here. Let's put the propeller and the mixture in. And the fuel selector is on. Now, with any luck, if I turn this key, we should be able to spin the massive fan blade that is stuck to the front. No. No? No, definitely not. Okay, it's decided it just doesn't want to for some reason. But it starts the second time. Okay, cool, no worries. That works. Big Chris is here. He says, hey! Wow, okay. Right. That was a little bit OTT, I will admit. I don't think he put that many Y's at the end, but anyway, it works. G'day, Big Chris. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Garwin says that he is bumping up the view count. Yes, he is actually. Thank you very much, Garwin. I really appreciate that, mate. No engine sounds or very quiet, Brett. I will have a look-see. Let's see what... That should help the situation. It may also be because we're still inside the aircraft right now. That might also be causing the problem. I don't know what was in my coffee this morning, but certainly making its presence known. I might have a sip of water. Or a glug of water works as well, I guess. You know, either one. Alright, so, where is little nav map? Because I need to figure out what's going on with the weather. So, hang on. I should probably do that as well. Right. So the active runway is still runway 14. Which is the one that we landed on yesterday. So we still have the headwind directly up the runway. So I guess that we will turn around and make our way towards Garwin and Calling Pigeon. If you're not 100% sure which runway we should be using, Garwin and Calling Pigeon are already at that particular runway. So that's where we're going to head to. So it should be a... Oh, God, getting some good stuttering. Come on, computer. I'm not asking that much of you. You play this sim very regularly with no issues whatsoever. The FA-18, I believe, is Michael. I know it seems insane to bring an FA-18 on these flights, but he's incredibly good at managing to maintain the speed of GA aircraft in that thing. So, I mean, I'm very, very happy to have him along in the FA-18. He's basically replaced Vruden in the helicopter, except he's obviously not using a helicopter. FA-18's getting... Oh, no, actually, that was Icarus. I apologize. That was Icarus. There you go. He's the other legend who likes to fly the FA-18. G'day, Icarus, mate. Welcome to the stream. Oh no, the sim's completely... Whoa, okay, the ground's doing weird things. The sim is completely smooth, other than that 2-second stutter session that it had as I moved off. I haven't had any other stuttering than that, but I will keep an eye on it, Brett. I will keep an eye on it, because the sim's been doing some very weird things since that small patch. God, there's like speed bumps in this taxiway. I need to put those signs that says 20 kilometers per hour. Jesus. So over there in the sky, in the 747-8, you have Dr. Booties. Dr. Booties, that is, well, I guess if you call your doctor, does that mean it's a booty call? Yeah, popping a wheel from that speed bump. Exactly. I don't know. Like, I'm hoping that Jacksonville's taxiways are not that jaggedy and rough. Otherwise, I'd hate to be a passenger at Jacksonville. I'm sure you guys can hear in the background the crunch, 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 crunch that's going on. That's just doggo gnawing at a bone. These Microsoft Flight Simulator streams on the Just Some Aussie Gamer channel now with a side serving of Doggo ASMR. It's the new thing that's going to go off on YouTube is Dog ASMR. No, yeah, definitely not the flight, definitely not the joystick. It's, well, I guess she is a bit of a stick and she is a joy, but, yeah, it's it is the madam. Alright, we are finally at the hold short point of the runway. So let's up and at 'em here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's up and at 'em. I know the phrase is up and at them, but it sounds like we're going to be up and at 'em. So whoever Adam is, can you just hurry up and stand up? Doggo ASMR, sign me up. Alrighty, let us follow GC Bounds down the runway. Obviously, the aircraft is allergic to the center line. There we go. Positive rate. Gear up. God, she's making a meal of that bone. Alright. Now, we want to turn on the autopilot. We want to turn on nav mode. Right, that's that. Bring the flaps up. Bring the propeller out. Bring some mixture out. Bring some throttle out. Garwin's going to catch up. No worries, Garwin. We can always run it a little bit slower if you need us to, mate. Just let us know in the chat. And Michael says to look at his plane. Will in a moment, Michael. Just let me sort out getting the departure under control. And then my eyes are all yours. Just don't remove them from their sockets if you can avoid it, please. Alright, there we go. So, Okefenokee. Don't swear at me. Well, the problem with now being able to see the aircraft that I was meant to look at is I'm a little bit far away. My bad. I kind of didn't think that through. And I didn't notice your comments until I had taken off there, Michael. So that's my bad on that one. So for this first part of the flight, there is legitimately not going to be much. There's a lot of nothingness, followed by the Okefenokee National Wildlife Refuge. We will be crossing the border with Georgia and Florida, though, however, very, very early into the flight. So I guess you could say that we're going to be the Florida-Georgia line. I wish they'd made some better music. So we've got Lizard Man, we've got Calling Pigeon, we've got GC Bounds. We don't have Rudin, he's on the ground though. We have Big Chris, we have Icarus, we have Michael. And we're soon to have Garwin, who will be jumping into his Long Easy. The sun peering through the overcast, almost storm-like looking clouds onto this very green, lush land below is quite amazing, especially when you can see underneath the cloud layer. It's much darker. So well done to Microsoft Flight Simulator on pulling that one off. I agree with you, Garwin. It's really, really bad, the boot up ability of the sim right now. It is not it's not good. They're going to need to release another patch to fix some of the issues that they created with their latest patch, which was released to fix some of the issues they created with their latest sim update. Yeah, 2 steps forwards and 3 steps back. That's exactly right. 1 step ahead of you. Or, in the case of Microsoft Flight Simulator, 1 step behind you. Geez, Jacksonville is incredibly close to the Florida-Georgia border. I wasn't actually aware of that, but yeah, it's like the last major city at the top of Florida. However, I believe that, if I am not mistaken, even though we're going to be heading up into Georgia, we're going to be crossing back into Florida. As we get so just after Valdosta Regional, we're going to be coming back into Florida. So basically, the whole reason that we're going into Georgia is for the Okefenokee National Wildlife Refuge. Fozzie's just recycling his content there. He's, which is something I'm very guilty of doing as well with the good old Microsoft Headache Simulator. Fozzie, I'm getting a vibe that you may actually be having some headaches with the simulator right now. Just a vibe that I'm getting. You go to Georgia for the peaches. Are you going to eat a lot of peaches? You're going to take yourself to the country and you're going to eat a lot of peaches. Peaches come in a can. They were put there by a man. Fresh Georgia peaches, yum. Nothing like doing a 17.5-hour flight just to crash the desktop as you land. No, there wouldn't be nothing like doing that. I can only imagine you would literally want to. Now I understand why you call it Microsoft Headache Simulator or Microsoft Crash to Desktop Simulator. I mean, you know, if you'd like to simulate a headache, flying, or crashing to desktop, this is the simulator for you. Oh, there's a lot of paper mills in Georgia, is there? That's, I guess you could say that's pretty tremendous. Millions of peaches for me, that's exactly right, Fozzie. Seeing as you are one of the presidents of the United States, I mean, yes, you are the president of the slews of the United States, but you're still a president of the United States. Technically, that song, I guess, is written and sung by yourself. I have to say, I'm loving the number of FA-18s that are now joining these flights. And all these guys are just testing their skills. So we're almost crossing the Florida-Georgia line here. I believe that it may, in fact, be this river here. Oh, absolutely, Fozzie would be a better president than what you have now. I think a lot of people, genuinely normal people, would make much better presidents and prime ministers and politicians than the current crop of politicians, simply because most of them these days are career politicians, and when you're a career politician, you're detached from society and what society deals with and all that. So therefore, you're never going to make a good decision based on the needs of what people actually require. Yes, doggo would absolutely. I think a dog would make probably, if there was a way to somehow have a dog as a president or a prime minister, that country would do phenomenally, because dogs like to listen and to be humans and all that, and obviously provide love and reciprocate, you know, feelings, and, you know, make sure that the human is happy, and all the things that a politician's not interested in doing, basically. Unmistakable sound of FA-18s. 1, 2, 3 FA-18s ghosting me. Then I've got GC Bounds ghosting me in his DA-62, and then I think Icarus is somewhere in his FA-18, and he'll no doubt blast past me. There we go, he's over there in the distance. He will no doubt blast past us and myself very, very soon at 400 million kilometers an hour, because that's what Icarus likes to do. That's exactly right, Drew. We're going to the country and we're going to eat a lot of peaches. Whether it's the fruit peaches or the other type of peach that's also really enjoyable. I mean, hey, you know, I'll take both, honestly. So we're now in the Okefenokee Wildlife Refuge. As you can see, it's just, well, a lot of bush. I mean, I know peaches have a little bit of fur on the outside. I guess some peaches do have a bit of bush. Wow, Fozzie, you're an interesting character. Kitty, 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 kitty. Want to touch it? Meow. Yeah, sure. As long as it's not yours. Well, there was Icarus. Problem is he disappeared halfway through the pass because somebody's internet, likely mine, wasn't able to keep up with the speed that he was moving at. Yes, Fozzie. I'm aware of it. I don't want to be aware of it, but I am aware of it. Hey Fozzie, if you're still flying with Semi, tell him to get into the stream chat. I miss that bloke. I miss his banter. Tell him he's been summoned. Yes, Fozzie is a mod. He's been a mod for a while, Drew. I made him a mod when he started boosting my Discord server without even telling me or having anyone request it or anything. I was just like, well, if he's prepared to do that, he should receive some more responsibility. Just play one? Yeah, you're role-playing as a mod. You should, what's it called when people role-play as, things, like with, you know, when people, like, dress up and shit. What's that called? You going? No, it's just a case of, thank you, Gowan, cosplay. Fozzie's cosplaying as a mod. No, it's Gowan, legitimately, it's just a case of, I have enough mods right now for the number of channel viewers. Don't worry, you're on the list. And I know that, I know you're joking as well, but I'm telling you legitimately, you are on the list, and you will, at some point get. So practice your moderating skills if you need to. It would be very bad to give you power, but I mean, you're already referred to as King Garwin. I feel like you should receive something to at least establish that position as King Garwin. You're usually the one getting banned. I've just noticed that if you say King Garwin fast enough, you get like almost, it sounds like you should be a character in Madagascar. Hi, it is King Garwin. I can just imagine you now, you know, I like to move it, move it. That's an imagination that I didn't really want to have, and now I've got to try and remove that from my brain, and probably, probably you guys do too. Anyway. I need Princess of Canada audio clip for when you do Garwin is King. Alright. Fozzie is a mod on everyone's channel but Shane. Either we're all bloody stupid making you a mod, or Shane's stupid for not making you a mod, Fozzie. I guess we'll find out soon which one it is, eh? It always amazes me in a country that the United States of America, which is about the same size land mass as Australia, but obviously has a significantly higher population. 25.5 million in Australia, nearly 330 million in the United States. It amazes me that there is still this much vast uninhabited land when the population is so much larger in the same space of land. And I guess it just goes to it just refreshes, in your memory. That's not a correct way to it reinstates the fact that Australia is incredibly sparsely populated when even with 330 million people, you still have these vast open spaces. Yeah, you do go, and you do have some crazy large cities. I mean, the largest city in Australia is what? 5.5 million people, whereas I'm pretty sure LA on its own is nearly 20 million people. So Los Angeles, I'm pretty sure California has a larger population than the whole of Australia does. But California is a fantastic representation of what happens when cities become too big and too overpopulated. Fargo, hey? I'm assuming that's probably not Wells Fargo. I'm pretty sure that's a bank, isn't it? Or a rich family or something in the US. But I bet it's basically telling us that we've still got far to go on this flight. Geez, 6.1 million acres going. Fozzie, I don't know, this whole cosplaying as a moderator, has it gone to your head? Are you feeling okay? Like, what's the deal? Or are you still suffering the effects of your ear infection, and that's why it's Microsoft Headache Simulator. I guess when you're flying the 787 though, you get the legitimate feeling like you're climbing or descending. Let me have a look at what it looks like on the camera. Yeah. She's moved. I don't know why she moved. I didn't ask her to, but there you go, Brett. She has moved herself. Fozzie is in a glass case of emotion. That sounds potentially shattering, Fozzie. Yeah, unfortunately, Brett, well, not unfortunately, but she knows it, and I'm pretty sure she plays on it at times. It's funny, whenever we get to a Monday and Tuesday morning at about 10 a.m, she starts looking at me, and those who have got me on Facebook would have seen yesterday I uploaded a photo. She likes to just chill at my feet when she knows we're about to start streaming. It's like she knows. I mean, I'm sure she doesn't actually know what's going on, but she knows I perform an activity Mondays and Tuesdays at around 10:30 my time. Don't tap on the glass. Isn't that what Conti's camera says? Don't tap the glass. Alright, so I'm probably going to go make myself another coffee. Not going to lie. We are coming up on Valdosta Regional. Calling Pigeons actually just jumped on the ILS now to land there. So I'm going to try and get the coffee pot on the stove and all that, so that when we do fly over Valdosta, we might even land there, the coffee will be ready for the consumption. Darwin says, I built my dog this little house near the door so she can stay dry if she wants to stay out. She won't use it. I figured out why. She loves to be rubbed down with a towel. Of course, it's like a massage. You know, she's visited Garwin's massage therapy. Alright, back in a sec here, legends. Let's get some caffeine on the stove. Alright, so we are back. Coffee's on the stove, been to the pilot's room, and Valdosta Regional is bearing down on us. I'm just going to have a quick look to see what, because I'm not familiar with the location of Valdosta. I'm just going to have a quick Google, see what it's all about. So the football team from the Valdosta High School has more wins than any other American high school. Okay, so they're good at sport. Wow, really? There's 150,000 people out this way. That's like, this is not a big location, but that's pretty interesting. Just on Google Maps, it just doesn't look that big. So it's one of the top 100 US small towns and one of the best places for small business and careers by Forbes. Well, there you go. They're well known for their production of tobacco and turpentine. Interesting. It's not every day that you read about a particular location that specialises in the production of tobacco and turpentine. So as I do have a lunch planned today, I probably won't land here at Valdosta because I'm behind a few of you already. But I will get up and check my coffee in 7 nautical miles. And then maybe for the second half of the stream, the brain and the mouth will be in communication with each other. GC Bounds says he is going to fly ahead and do a touch and go. Yeah. Yeah, you are. You do that thing, my boy. You do that thing. I don't know why I called you my boy, but just roll with it, GC Bounds. That looks like some sort of solar panel field below us there. I don't know. They just look, maybe it's just a farmland of some sort, but it just looks like solar panels from up here. It would be a pretty good location to have a solar field. Well, I mean, we're assuming they're going that there was trees in that location, but no, it doesn't really make sense to do that. This is an incredibly large airport for what is referred to as regional. I feel like you guys in America have a very, very different version of regional compared to what we do. Yeah, that seems counterproductive. Gowan, that seems counterproductive. The whole idea behind installing solar panels is it's a better way of powering things for the environment. But if you're cutting down the environment to put them in, that just completely negates the whole argument in the first place. Alright, so next place is Tallahassee, or Tallahassee, however you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure somebody can point me in the right direction where it's Hassey or Hassie. I'm just going to go check my coffee pot back in 2 seconds here. Tallahassee. Okay, thank you very much, Gowan. Appreciate that, mate. GC Bounce says that was a terrible approach and landing. Well, the fact of the matter is, GC, if you manage, if it was one you could walk away from, whether it was terrible or not, that's all that really matters, you know? This is a very, very, very sparse part of the United States. I'm incredibly surprised that, except for Valdosta, so far, which was only 100,000 people, between Jacksonville and Tallahassee, that's the only major location so far that, at least, that we've been able to fly over is Valdosta. Well, I'm just, yeah. You know, I just had this thought process that the US was just, you know, city, a little bit of sparse, city, a little bit of sparse, city. There was not these massive, you know. That's just me, you know, not understanding the country 100%, which I guess makes sense because I don't live there. But, you know, I guess what I'm saying is I'm learning things, which means that this world adventure is mildly educational, which is weird in itself because, yeah. Fly south from Chicago, the city seems to go on forever. Like just the city of Chicago, or there's multiple cities just south of Chicago. I mean, you know, Florida was the perfect example. The fact that you've got Miami and Fort Lauderdale and, you know, Jacksonville and Orlando, and you've got all these cities in a really small area. And I just kind of maybe wrongly assumed that that was sort of going to be what the US was for most of this journey. Yeah, I know. I was that was my thoughts as well, Brett. I was like, how am I learning things from playing a sim that I'm streaming onto the internet with a bunch of other people? But oh yeah, I did, you know, like national parks and, you know, deserts and stuff like that, absolutely going, but just sparsely populated locations that are not necessarily part of, you know, a national park or a desert or a wildlife and game reserve. Where are we? The United States of America or the United States of Africa? Bloody hell. But you know what I mean. This is like what we're flying over right now reminds me a lot of southeastern Australia outside of the cities. As you would know from our east to west journey that we're doing, it's very similar scenery. It's a little bit flatter, but it's very similar scenery. Not much is going on. A few houses and farms scattered here and there kind of thing. And I knew it existed, I just didn't know it existed over such a large scale. You know, we've flown close to 200 nautical miles by the time we get to Tallahassee, and that's the first major city, like proper major city, that we will have flown over since we left Jacksonville. And I know it's potentially because of the way we're flying as well, but for somebody who, you know, has always been told the United States is a very heavily populated area for the size of the country, and then you see it and you sort of go, yeah, but it's not. Scott says, since Sim Update 8 on Xbox Series X, has anyone's A320neo become way too powerful? So who's currently playing on Xbox? Michael may or may not be able to answer that question. I don't know if he flies the A320 Neo. And I'm just trying to remember who else flies on Xbox. I'm pretty sure somebody else flies on Xbox in here as well. I apologise if I've forgotten who you are. That's a bit shit on my behalf. But, yeah. If anyone on Xbox can answer that question, that would be amazing. Tony Pegasus says, very good fly. Saludos from Spain. Tony, how you going, mate? Hope you are doing well. Greetings from Australia, in case that wasn't obvious. It's a pleasure to have you here, though, mate. Really, really appreciate you jumping into the stream. You're more than welcome to jump into the flight as well. We're almost in Tallahassee, so... No worries, Scott. All good, mate. I mean, this is the place to come if you want to ask a question. I can never guarantee you're going to get an answer, but you're always going to get your question asked. Within reason, obviously, you know. GC Bounds is obviously flying the DA-62 helicopter because he's managed to just stop mid-air. Either that or he's an incredibly skilled pilot who's managing to fly the DA-62 in hover mode. But you know what I can recommend, Scott? If the A320neo is incredibly overpowered, what you do is you join in with people who are flying the FA-18 and you start pulling, you know, dogfighting moves in the A320neo. So we are now back in Florida. And then we'll obviously, with Pensacola being far western Florida, all these wildlife reserves and all that are all just sort of, they all are spelt like something Ani or all that. Is that just because they use like Native American naming? Like, are they named after the Native American land that you know, they are located on? Is that sort of why they're all named in very similar language?
Yeah!
Garland says, why does light act like a wave or particle depending purely on if we observe it or not? Garland, that is way too scientific for me to deduce. Yeah, I don't have an answer for that. Scott says, right on, I should try that. I can climb at like 6,000 feet a minute all the way to 39,000 feet at Mach 0.78. Hell yeah! Friggin' A320neo air show. Let's go. Scott's in charge. Everybody get your A320neos when we get to Pensacola, and we'll do Blue Angels, except it's A320neos. Hey, Wes. Wes is here. He's dropped in. He's made the donation. He says, happy birthday. Yeah, thanks, Wes. Was trying to keep that on the down low. Can't thank him enough for the past 9 months. Most kindest, caring, genuine person you will ever meet, and so glad I can call him a close friend. So here's to be 129. Fuck, I'm older than Shane. Thanks, Wes. Really appreciate that, mate. Really, really do. Thank you very much. And I know you've dropped it up on Facebook as well. Appreciate that, buddy. Garwin. Yes, Garwin. A while ago. A very long while ago. Yeah, I know, Wes. I know. Thanks, Garwin. You want to see them? Yes, I did just go there. No, I won't actually get them out on stream. That would be fucking weird. Oh, why not? This airport that's coming up here, Lefalale or Lepalale Airport, almost sounds Hawaiian. Oh, you can't see me anymore. I'm literally looking right at you, Michael. That's weird, isn't it? Like, you are directly off to your right-hand side. I'm directly there. Same altitude and everything. You can probably see that on the stream, though. Wes says, there goes my lunch. Anything for you, Wes? It's my new diet that I've invented. Everybody eats whatever food they want, and then I ask them whether or not they want to see something inappropriate and disgusting on stream, and they all vomit it back up. It's really effective and healthy. Garwin says, one good thing about flying in Florida, you know you're never going to fly into the side of a mountain while not paying attention. Yes, this is true. This is very true. And I know Florida likes to do city buildings, but from what I've seen, none of the city buildings are super, super tall either. So you're not even going to like fly into anything in Florida, really. I guess that's why so many people in Florida have aircraft. Not to mention, obviously, it's probably very, very affordable in the scheme of having a pilot's license and owning an aircraft compared to some locations in the world. Yeah, exactly, Garwin. It's definitely not approved by any sort of medical board yet, that's for sure. Recursion. Oh, Drew. Drew. Should refer to myself as the bird feeder. I'll create a new series, Drew. It's going to be really sick. Really sick. Cohen says, did you ever start something and then say, shit, why on earth did I do that? This is one of those times. Garwin, multiple times per day. Multiple times per stream, actually. But I guess I've come to accept it in the streaming as that's a form of entertainment for you guys. Whether you guys have got your head stuck in the toilet, as long as you're entertained, that's cool with me. Bloody hell, Tallahassee's got 2 Walmart supercenters. I feel like that's slightly OTT for one of what appears to be the 3 Walmart supercenters. 3 Walmart supercenters. I feel like that's, yeah, as I said, a little bit OTT for a place that's not massive on the scale of American cities. Bird feeding, you filthy Victorian. That's right, Drew. I am the filthy Victorian. Oh, Walmart is a Florida god, is it? Okay. That makes more sense then. Is that because due to the tax rules and all that in Florida, it makes sense for businesses like Walmart and all that to set up a lot more locations? They have Southern Baptist and Walmart. Is that particularly in Tallahassee, or is that in just this part of Florida? Or is it in all of Florida? It's a really nice city, though. Socioeconomics. You rag on Florida, but you did like it there. I mean, yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not at all interested in religion, but for some reason, I'm attracted to Florida as a location that I would like to see in real life. And I don't tend to be attracted to heavily religious locations in the world. So I guess that sort of says a lot about Florida. You know, I've heard of a lot of good things to sort of, that cancels out all the shit that you hear about it. Only thing is they do everything crazy slow. A quick lube on your car can take over an hour. But you know, I don't mind that, because it means that everybody's laid back and they're having a good time and they're not running around at 155,000 miles per hour like they are in, you know, LA and all that. Florida people are some of the friendliest in the world. Yes, I have heard that. Which is part of the reason why it cancels out all of the weird shit that you hear about that occurs in Florida. Scott says, Florida is fine to vacation. It's kind of trashy if you get outside of the tourist areas. But I mean, I guess that's the case in a lot of tourist locations around the world, Scott. You know, the touristy areas in the major cities, they're very, very cool for the... But you get outside and it's... Yeah, it can be quite trashy, I guess, is the word to use. Do I like slow lube jobs? It depends, Drew. What's the lube that's involved? I mean, is it engine oil, gearbox oil? Quick lubes are overrated. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like they're good people, 100% Garland. But I know what Scott's trying to say is that outside of the cities, you see those areas where you sort of go, okay, fair enough. Or you see those people where you sort of go, oh right, yes, you've lived a colourful life. But obviously they are incredibly friendly and good people. They just, you know, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and if you look at some people as a picture, you sort of go, whoo, okay. But those people are usually some of the kindest people ever if you just get rid of the whole stereotype of, you know, and actually speak to them and get to know them. Yeah, I guess it just gets associated with that you know, people say, oh, these are the people from outside the city, and it's not necessarily true, is it? Sorry guys, I have a couple of text messages I have to answer. People are asking me questions. I don't know if I made your point more eloquently than you did, Scott, but I just sort of elaborated and could understand what you were trying to say, but yeah. I knew you weren't trying to, hang on, what the hell is going on here? I'm falling out of the sky. Okay. What the? Yeah, no, I've noticed, guys. I'm... right. Let's just, Let's give the aircraft some fuel. Everything is fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to be worried about. Yeah, so much for not being able to hit anything in Florida, except for the ground when you run out of fuel. I'm a professional. I know exactly what I'm doing. Right. It's all good. It's all good. Here, you didn't see anything? Alright. Various texts that I needed to answer have been answered. Let's not crash any further and continue on our merry way. Garwin is going to try a Cuban 8 over the airport in this bird. Is that like a massive cigar, or what's a Cuban 8? Garwin says fitting for Pensacola. Anyone else get buffering? Hopefully not. Yeah, I hope not. Oh, it's an acrobatic maneuver. That's disappointing, Garwin. Acrobatic maneuver whilst smoking a Cuban cigar. There you go. I'm sure that'll be approved by the FAA. Yeah, or aerobatic. I mean, I thought you were going to climb out of the aircraft and like stand on the wings or the tail, smoke a cigar and do some sort of tricks, but aerobatic works as well, I guess. Who knows? I was half ready to start playing Sia's Chandelier. You know, I'm going to swing from the chandelier here. Or in Garwin's case, I'm going to swing from the Long Easy. Do it Spider-Man style. Just, I mean, I don't know if you've got any webbing in your hands, but spell check's just trying to tell you something, Garwin. They want you to start doing gymnastics or something in your spare time. Who knows? You could be the oldest representative of the United States gymnastics team at the next Olympics. You've got to believe in yourself, bro. Yeah, the autocorrect believes in you. if you landed wrong, you could take out the first 2 rows of spectators. Isn't it like it's 50 points per person, 100 points for every child, and 200 points for every elderly person usually, isn't it? So if you've taken out the first 2 rows, you're going to be racking up a huge score. The judges are just going to be like 10, 10. There's a lot of, just north of here, there's a lot of little ranches and, stuff like, you know, little tiny grass fields. I don't know if it's like a... Huh? Hello. Made your presence known. No, you can't have my coffee. Some great seafood in Pensacola. Is like legitimate seafood, or the, you know, you see the food and you eat it seafood? Oh no, hang on, that's the seafood diet, never mind. My boss has just messaged me to say that the kitchen smells of gas, which is mildly concerning. Fresh from the Gulf, good stuff. Okay. Sounds like my kind of place, because I like myself some good seafood, you know. Being an Australian, that's probably not surprising, seeing as we have access to some of the best seafood. Tell him to light a match will help him find the leak. Yeah, look, Gowan, I would like to have a premises to go to tomorrow to do my job. I don't really want it to be engulfed in flames. I also don't really want to be responsible for the death of my boss. But I let him know nonetheless, Garland, that that was your suggestion. What? What are you talking about, Garland? Huh? Apalachicola? I'm confused. Very confused. Ah! To be fair with you, it's not actually showing up on my Google Maps, so I wouldn't have tried to say it. So there you go. Hey, Short Round says, "Hey stranger, how you going, Short Round mate? Welcome to the stream." Oysters. So Pensacola is famous for their oysters. I see. Nothing better than a moist oyster. A moister? Right, I think because we're coming up now on... Hang on. Panama City? Okay, it appears we've changed countries. I'm going to do a quick leg stretch and then I shall return in a moment. Well, in a couple of moments anyway. Alright, we are back. We are back. To answer your question, Short Round, thank you. What Blue Dog just popped in? Kilo Papa Alpha Mike, which is Tyndall Air Force Base. And the music appears to have stopped, so that's let's fix that. Let's play some modern Latin pop and Afro beats, because that fits Florida perfectly. Sure. So, what is the actual city here with Tyndall Air Force Base? Is it Panama City? Or is it like Springfield? Or what's the... I didn't even realize that there was a Panama City in the actual mainland United States. I feel like I need to have a bit of a Google of this. There we go, it is, there we go. It is the largest city between Tallahassee and Pensacola. Well, there you go. You learn something new every day. Funny, Google says not to be confused with Panama City in Panama. There we go, calling Pigeon with the information that I'm looking for. Short rounds here in the Tomcat. So I feel like all of you wonderful people in your various fighter jets and military aircraft and all that probably should be making a landing here at Tyndall Air Force Base. I feel like that goes hand in hand. What one was David Lee Roth singing about? I'm not sure. Panama City, Florida as a spring break destination for college kids. Really? I would have thought like Miami and all that would have been a spring break destination for college kids. Or is that too expensive now for them to be able to afford in today's day and age? Fort Lauderdale and Panama. Okay. There are lots of big universities close to that area. Yeah, I've sort of, from what I've been reading about the various places that we've been going over, a lot of these western parts of Florida have a lot of universities. Which is surprising because you never really hear about this part of the world as a university location. The big one now is Lake Havasu in Arizona. Is that's not even on the beach, is it? Like seaside. Or is it not too far inland and it's still accessible? It's on the Colorado River. Okay, so I guess they still counts as on the water, which seems to be a big thing when it comes to spring break. The Sandy Creek Air Park down below us. And I'm assuming that this is the Sandy Creek that we're about to fly over. So is Tyndall Air Force Base also the airport for Panama, Florida? Or is there another airport somewhere in the city or on like another part of the city or whatever? Northwest Florida Beaches International, probably, now that I zoom out a little bit, I'd say that's probably Panama's airport. Yeah, okay, so that would make sense. Because I guess I'd be right in saying, Gowan, that in spring the weather can still be a bit all over the shop. So if they've picked a location where you can be guaranteed the weather's always going to be good. No idea, only ever drove there. Okay, fair enough. So supposedly there's like what is a commissary? Is that where they like decommission old military aircraft or? Google says Northwest Florida Beaches International is the commercial airport for Panama City. Fair enough. It is a decent hike outside Panama City, though. I'm assuming they negate that issue by utilising public transport and all that sort of stuff, but it's a decent distance. Now that there's 2 coffees inside the body, the muscles are starting to stretch out and all that. I realized that I actually forgot to fill up with fuel. So I've only started this flight with 50% fuel, so I may actually have to make a stop at one of these airports for a bit more fuelification. A big concrete batch plant coming up. They did a good job getting it into the game. Into the game. Oh, Garwin's sworn. He has sworn in the chat. Yeah, exactly. Coffee is love, coffee is life, except I don't do to coffee what was referenced to Shrek. Yeah, geez, they have done a very good job of getting that into the sim going. I personally think that they have done a phenomenal job with the maps in the US. I really, really do. Like, they've done a great, great job. You do, listen. Okay, there's an image that I didn't really need. Lizard Man, I guess that makes up the, or gives me more information about the reason you are called what you are called within the sim, Mr. Slippy Fist. Because he likes to just slippy that fist straight with a coffee. Yeah, anyway, I won't go any further into that because, A, I don't know how to, and B, it doesn't really make sense, and C, I don't know. I'm getting a foot massage right now whilst Doggo chews on her bone laying across my feet. Is that Mr. Slippy Fist or Mrs. Lippy Fist? Don't know. You'll have to let Lizard Man answer that one. Get it way up there, way up there. Look, as long as you're not using the coffee as the lubricant, that's fine. So our next waypoint marker is Chocta what? Chocta what? Chocta what? Basically, that's how I feel when people speak to me right now with the blocked ear. It's just like they say something, I'm like, what? What? My name is Slim Shady. It's not actually, but yeah. I know, go on, it's amazing. Rain in one of my World Adventure flights. It's almost as if they saw me coming. And they're just like, quick! Get the clouds together! Make it moist! Scott says, I subscribed and hope to catch you again. Take care, everyone. Scott, mate, it has been a pleasure to have you along. Thank you very much for jumping into the stream. And I look forward to seeing you in the next stream that you do jump in. Take care, mate. Correct, the sim gets moist for me, and me only, Garwin. Hopefully this inclement weather disappears by Chocta what? What even is Chocta what? I'm sure it's probably in my Discord because Calling Pigeons probably put it in there. And that's why it's a waypoint. So maybe I should take the time to have a look at that. Oh no. Alright, now I need to Google this. What is doesn't exist. Okay, that's a bit weird. Let's try this way. Yep, there is what? Okay. Really not any information on the internet about it. Just waiting on the thunder. Thunder, lightning, the way you love me is frightening. You better. Yeah, anyway, I won't go any further into that. Does anyone know what Chapter What is? Or is it just like is it a beach? Is it a lake? Is it, you know, a particular landmark? Is it a suburb? Because there is nothing on Google about it. And there is nothing on Wikipedia about it. Chapter What Chi. Okay, thank you, Garwin. It's a river. Okay. Through southeast Alabama and the panhandle of Florida. It's a bay as well in the Emerald Coast. Right. So it's just been mislabeled within the sim. That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense. That's why it shows up as a POI. Thank you very much, Calling Pigeon. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's cut off. Right. That makes a lot more sense. Sounds like it's has been named in a Native American language. There would be things for us to see off to the left right now, except that the cloud layer is so low. Yeah, you're at 1,000 feet and still in the clouds a little bit. I'm at 2,000 feet and I basically can't see shit. Just get occasional glimpses. Problem is I don't want to be too low to the ground because I am starting to get pretty low on fuel. So I'm gonna probably have to make a stop somewhere for a bit of refueling. Alright, I'm going to just quickly go grab myself an apple or a banana or something for a bit of a snacky snack, and then I will be back and I'll figure out where exactly I'm going to stop to get a bit of fuel top up. Alright, so let's grab ourselves a location to land at. So Calling Pigeon is saying Kilo Delta Tango Sierra. Oh yeah, Destin, Fort Walton Beach. Yep, that's exactly where I'm going to fill up at Destin, Fort Walton Beach. How far is that then from Pensacola? Jeez, Pensacola's still freaking miles away. What the? The sim told me this was going to be an hour 45-minute flight. We've been flying for over 2 hours already and we still have 55 nautical miles left to fly. Actually, we've only got 55 nautical miles left to fly. I wonder if I actually have enough fuel to do that. I think I might. It would definitely be touch and go, but I reckon if I pull some mixture out, I will probably have enough. Also pull myself out of the yellow arc in terms of speed. I know I shouldn't. Whoa, what the hell? I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. And if I end up in the shit, I'll make a fuel stop in Santa Rosa. But yeah, 50 nautical miles is not... yeah, exactly. There's 6 more airports if I want to try and push it. So I'm just going to risk it. This aircraft glides extraordinarily well. And as I said, Santa Rosa is exactly halfway between where we are and the final destination. And I've got so many little... I could do Fort Walton Beach. I could do Garkin Field. I could do Hurlburt Field. So, yeah, I'm just gonna risk it and hope that by pulling out the mixture so much, and I might even pull it out a little bit more. Let's see how this aircraft performs with like 50% mixture at 2,000 feet. For a minute I thought I was getting ice there, but no, it's just the propeller. I cannot see anything. What has happened to this weather? This is so disappointing. It was looking so good there for a while. My apple. You stick with your bow. This is my apple. Yeah, I know. Yeah, stick your tongue out a few more times thinking it's for you. If only you guys could, I don't know if you guys can see this right now on the camera, but she is literally sat, eyes directly looking at me, looking at the apple, looking at me, looking at the apple. She's licking her lips and wagging her tail. She likes apple. Let me know in the chat whether or not you think I should give Star some apple or not. I'll let you guys decide her fate. Always give doggo food. Alright, let's grab a good chunk of this apple off for her. You want it? Bless you. At 650 feet, you started to get under the weather. Look, with my current fuel situation going, I'm probably not going to go down to 650 feet. because I'll probably use all my fuel in about 3 minutes if I do that. That's crazy. The highest elevation point in Florida is 345 feet. Not only do you guys get the ASMR of Doggo chewing on the bone, you get the ASMR of me crunching through an apple. Yeah, Brett, we made a really, we slewed a bit, made our way across to Sydney. You know, Santa Rosa, Sydney. You're aware of it, aren't you? You're in a flying fuel tank? I don't know. To me, labeling it as a flying fuel tank doesn't seem safe. Apple? Want more apple? Stock tanks it has a 2,000 mile range. As in nautical miles or miles? Because that's a hell of a range either way. So we're about to fly over Hurlbird Field, or just to the left of Hurlbird Field. Are you waiting for more apple, are you, Star? I'll give you a bit of banana in a second. Gonna get a very disappointing view here of Santa Rosa Beach and Santa Rosa Sound, unfortunately, because of the weather issues. Although we will be flying over Whataburger. What burger? Whataburger. Whataburger. No stunt flying on this landing. Which, like, your next landing, Garwin, is that what you're saying? So according to Little Nav Map, Pensacola International is our TOD, which I guess makes sense from 2,000 feet, and then obviously Pensacola AFB is our final destination, the home of the Blue Angels. Yeah, no Cuban 8 because you can't see the ground. Yeah, fair enough, Garwin. That would... I mean, another situation where the FAA would probably have a lot of questions to you if they were to, witness somebody trying to complete a Cuban 8 at like 650 feet above sea level. Especially seeing as I believe the minimum safe altitude in the US is 1,500 feet. Vruden is back. He says, sorry I missed the flight. I was at the lodge discussing lodge problems with my lodge brothers. So you were lodging your issues with others? Nah, it's all good, Vruden. I know you said you had better things to do than to fly along in the stream, and we were all incredibly confused by that. But turns out it probably wasn't better things to do. It was things you had to do. GC Bounce says he's slowing down for me to catch up, and he's going 85 knots. I appreciate that, GC Bounce. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, mate, because I am flying a little bit slower due to having pulled out so much of my mixture. Tim Timothy says, good afternoon. G'day, Tim, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing spectacular. Let's go with that. Let's hope that you are doing spectacular. We're sipping away on the fuel. Sip, 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 sip. We have 28 nautical miles to the destination airport and about 30-something nautical miles of fuel remaining. So we're, following all the rules and regulations, and there's nothing to be concerned about at all. Yes, Vruden, agreed. Tim Tam. There we go. Just make sure that he's double coat, though, because original Tim Tams are great, but double coat are even better. The F-14 Tomcat, I recommend the F-14 Tomcat, Vruden. It is a very good aircraft. You right there? You're not getting any more. I'm giving you like 3 pieces of apple and a banana. You're a doggo, not a humanoid. Yeah, I know you wouldn't know Vruden, Garwin. Bloody friggin' hotels in the United States of America, I don't know. You're triple coated. Hey! You must be really crispy on the outside then. Do I know how much it costs? Rudin, I'll be honest with you, I can't remember. I think it's around 30 Australian dollars, so 20 something US. Rudin says, I watched Swiss 001 try to land an F-18 at 500 knots today. I feel like that may have been unsuccessful. Just a little bit. Slightly. One taste and you'll give me instant diabetes? I mean, that's not really a selling point, Tim. I'll be honest with you. Shouldn't have bought that first plane. What first plane are you talking about? Sorry, Bruden. Are you talking about the first payware aircraft that was released for the sim? Is that what you're talking about? Excuse me. You have a bone and you've already been fed. You need to down. Thank you. Good girl. Gowan says, I don't have a little nav map up. Can you check the active, please? So, the active will be 25 right is, at least from the information I'm receiving from Little Nav Map, 25 right is the active. Gowan? You bought the F-35 and it broke your cherry. So you're going to be buying a lot now. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'd love to join in, Bruden, but life bills have to be paid for first. Alright, so we're almost up on Pensacola International, 7 nautical miles. Star, please. Wait. Okay, ignore me then, that's fine. Hey, Zach's Gaming Lab, he's here. G'day mate, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. Who's in the FA-18 in the Xbox livery? I believe that is Michael. Yeah, that is Michael. He joined our streams yesterday, and he's doing as good of a job as what you can do, Bruden, of ghosting me. Garland's at 600 feet and has almost zero visibility. Oh, this is going to be good. Not only am I going to be landing in Pensacola with no visibility, I'm also going to be landing with no fuel. So that's good. Yesterday was his first day that I was aware of him in the streams, Bruden. No worries, Zach, mate. All good. Thank you very much for jumping in. I must be incredibly late in the morning there for you, mate. So I appreciate you jumping in. Have a good one, Zach. I need to get the F-35 because you can get so close to me in that plane. That thing is amazing. All right, Vruden, I'll see what I can do, mate. I'll see what I can do. I'm assuming it doesn't cause crash to desktops anymore like it was for a while there for so many people. Michael. Alright, so we have 9.9 nautical miles to Pensacola, as in the location where the Blue Angels fly out of. And we have almost no visibility, and we have basically no fuel. You put it in half hover mode, it is a doll. I literally had my nose between your tail and your wing last night. Vruden, there's a sentence I never thought I'd hear you utter. It's working great for you. That's good. That's good. Okay, if it's working great for you, I'll take your word on it, mate. And I'll see how I go at grabbing it. So I'm gonna get quite close to Pensacola NAS here, just due to my fuel situation, and then I will turn off the autopilot. Just in case we do happen to run out of fuel, I've still got enough altitude to get it into the airport. Alright, so now that we're down to 5 nautical miles, that is where I sort of want to be. We'll take off the autopilot, and we will... Well, actually, first, what we'll do is we will put full propeller in. We'll put in full mixture, even though that's not going to help our fuel situation. Now, I can't see a damn thing, so I'm going to be very reliant on my instruments here. And I also might be very quiet for this part because obviously this aircraft doesn't have synthetic vision or any of those things that the Diamond DA40 had. So I need to be very aware of my surroundings at all times and what's going on and what the aircraft is doing, etc. Now, I should be able to see the airport at any moment. I'm making sure I'm staying nice and low here. Geez, visibility is not good. Okay, I can see the runway. I'm almost lined up with the runway. We're going to be a little bit high on this approach. But I'm okay with that because it means we're going to get down. It means that if we run out of fuel right now, which is highly possible looking over at my fuel gauges, I'm over the runway and I've got enough speed to get it down safely. All right. Down we go. Come on. Floaty, floaty. Lizard Man has had an accident. Wow, we're going to just float down this whole runway. Luckily, we're in a GA aircraft and stopping this will be no problem. Like, I haven't even touched the brakes yet and we're almost come to a stop. Oh, the game crashed on you again. Didn't it do that to you yesterday as well, Michael? When you got to the airport, the game crashed? Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you would know, usually I would make my way down to the terminal and I would watch you guys come in and land, etc. Unfortunately, I do have places to be in 20 minutes' time. So, I'm going to have to finish the stream up right now. Unfortunately, that means I'm not going to be able to film you guys coming in. I apologize for that. Obviously, it's not how I would usually like to run things. The sim did lie to me about the flight time. I thought I'd have plenty of time. But yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, I do really appreciate you guys coming along on this flight. I do hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. That does bring us to the end of leg 119 of the World Adventure here, and welcome to Pensacola. I'd like to say a massive, massive shout out to all of my Patreons. You guys know who you are. Let's try that again. That's a massive shout out to Big Jacko's Gaming, Wes Leader 709, Drew Demarinis, Garwin, Josh Manchester, Calling Pigeon, Tony Barrow, and Black Adder. Guys, I appreciate everything a lot that you guys do behind the scenes for the channel. But ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, wherever you are in the world, stay safe, stay well, don't do anyone that I wouldn't do, look after yourselves. The next stream will probably be like Saturday or Sunday or something like that. But until then, guys, catch you later. Have a good one.